Hey, what's going on, guys? And welcome back to the channel. We got a lot to accomplish this week. Hopefully we get that done in this episode. We got to get Larry's truck in the booth. We got to get the dually over into the Bodywork stall. We got to get Victor's truck ready for primer. We just got a ton going on, and we got another job that we just secured and another job that just dropped off today. So let's go out in the back and check out what's going on in the shop. All right, so the truck is jammed out in the back here. Now we can get this thing over in the Bodywork stall. We got Larry's truck prepped out to 400 grit, so we're gonna move his out of the Bodywork area this morning, get it all cleaned up, get the booth cleaned up, and get the thing staged over here so we can start getting it ready to come into the booth and get masked for paint. We still have a couple things left to prep on it, like the pillars in the jams where we're gonna bring the clear coat back through. So hopefully by the end of the day today, we'll have the truck in the booth and start masking it so we can get a shot next week.
All right, Dylan here, we're gonna ramble on for a few hours. Because we work 4/10, so if I ramble on for a few hours, then it's like an 8-hour day, which works out for us. Not for Frank, but oh well. I got Victor's truck, I'd say pretty much finished. I'm just kind of going around it and checking for pinholes or like little edges, things, just all the little details. Like there were some welds right here, so I put filler on those. I'm gonna smooth them out. All the holes, stuff like this, I put tape on the backside and just fill them solid. And the tape on the backside is, I know where it is. It just makes it a lot easier when you're applying filler and blocking it. You don't have a funny edge. So when I'm finished, I go back, drill the holes out, real simple. So yeah, just going and finalizing gaps, checking for pinholes, making sure there's nothing unsanded, stuff like that. It's kind of time consuming, but it's the important part, so. So the roof looks really, really good, so hopefully we don't have to touch that. There might be some ripples around the edges, like the front and the sides. The middle looks great. So I don't know, we might just go ahead and poly that and hopefully that blocks out or wet check it, and the whole back looks great. So hopefully we don't have to touch any of that. This looks pretty good. We did a weld right there, so maybe I'll just go ahead and skim that. We did weld this seam so I'm not sure about that. But from the body line down, the cab is finished. And oh man, I just kind of remembered this now. I haven't done anything with the grill, but we might just do that, get this in primer and do that later.
All right, so we got Stevens doors. They're almost ready for glaze. Once they're glazed and blocked all out, we'll be able to put them back on the cab to double check the fitment on the cab side and on the cowl. Basically what we did here, for you guys who are new to the channel or don't exactly know, before we put the truck into epoxy primer, we welded up all the edges of the gap to get everything nice and uniform and clean. And then we epoxy primed everything. And then after we epoxy primed, we bonded the inner and outer seam. Okay, and then once that was bonded, dried, it was all prepped back, and then it was all fiberglassed. Once that fiberglass filler is all straight everywhere, then we'll come back in with regular filler and or glaze and just dial in all the edges, make sure that there's nice clean transitions. We had to do some bodywork to the inside sections of the doors as well, because it is getting a small door panel, not a full door panel like some of the trucks that Tray 5 does next door. So we had to make sure that all the rest of this stuff looks good before we prime it, not just the edges of the door. So we're getting pretty close on these. Hopefully before too long, we'll be able to get some primer on these doors. Okay, we got Victor's truck ready for some primer, at least the bodywork stuff. We're gonna prime all that stuff next week, and then we'll make our way back to this truck after we get rid of some of the other stuff we gotta get taken care of around here, which is quite a bit actually. We got some parts that just landed over here from Tray 5. He asked me if I'd do a couple of pieces for him for Cerakote, for actually Victor's brother's truck, which would be going to SEMA this year. I said, yeah, no problem, I can do a couple of parts. Well, let's take a walk over here and check out what Jeremy's version of a couple of parts is. So a couple weeks ago, month ago, day ago, year ago, who knows? Everything's a blur around here. But I was talking with Jeremy about Juan's truck going to SEMA this year. Well, actually, just his chassis is going. It's a Rev B chassis. But it's going in the Cerakote booth. He asked, you know, if I'd want to do a couple of pieces of Cerakote. I said, sure, why not? Let's do it. Never done it before, but hey, can't be that hard. Let's do it. I can shoot a couple of pieces of Cerakote. Well, I kind of assumed that this, maybe one or two others would be a couple of pieces, but I mean, there's a lifetime subscription to Sore Fingertips just in that box alone, which you got to see this. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, look at all that stuff. So we got to prep, clean, get all this stuff ready, not to mention the exhaust. And oh yeah, there's an engine next door too, but all this stuff has to get Cerakoted and all back to him before he cries that we're taking too long, which is going to happen regardless because we got way too much going on. Love you, Jeremy, but you know it's the truth. But anyway, so speaking of what we got going on, my dually has made its way back into the Bodywork stall. I've actually started working on it. I'm hoping that next week I will make some really good progress on that. Besides some really good progress on all this stuff here. So if my dually is over here and Larry's truck is not over here, it must mean that Larry's truck is in the booth. Let's go take a look. Okay, we got Larry's truck, as you can see, in the booth for paint. It's all prepped, pretty much ready to go. Dylan is removing the wheels and tires right now so that we can get it up on jack stands, so we can get in there and mask really nice and tight to give enough room to get back behind here and shoot color. The reason the doors are off, they will be going back on. We have to mask everything first before we put the doors back on. You'll notice in the jams that it's re-prepped. It is re-prepped for a blend and for clear only. May ask yourself, why didn't we just shoot that at the same time as the exterior of the truck? Reason being, we had to paint all the rest of the stuff too. We wanted to make sure that all of our color matches here. This is just going to be a clear coat edge right here, so you won't be able to see a difference in the color once we buff this little edge back. But we wanted to make sure that we pull the doors off after it's base coated and candy coated so that we don't have an edge in the jams here. So when this gets cleared, the clear will wrap all the way in and there won't be no edge at all from a soft roll on this truck. So look forward to seeing this one next week painted. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I know Larry is, I know the rest of the guys here are. They've been killing themselves on this thing. It's getting exciting, it's down to the wire. Next week we'll have paint on this thing. Make sure you follow along on the channel and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Hey, what's up, guys? She's a beaut, Clark, ain't she? Hey, what's going on, everybody?
That's a yarmulke. That's
we just need a little bit of spray paint, and we'll just blend it. Look at it.
Does it work?
It does. If we spray painted that. Here, Taylor. Where's Taylor? Taylor will do it. Taylor, tell us. Welcome back to the next episode. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel.
No, your turn. Take two.
Hey guys, welcome back. Speaking of welcome back, why don't you come on back?
Oh, I wanted to argue about all the people that have been doing it 30, there's a lot of people that say, you don't need to scale, I've been doing this 30 years. Well, first of all,
I'm one of them.
Yeah, Frank's one of them. But here's another thing too. When people say I've been doing this 30 years, they haven't been doing it for 30 years. They started doing it 30 years ago. If you do but if you do the math, if there's 24 hours in a day, 365 days in a year, that's like 8,760 hours in a year. Well, no one works 8,000 hours in a year. So then you times that times 30, that's what people are saying, I've been doing this 30 years. No, you haven't. You started doing it 30 years ago. You haven't been doing bodywork for 30 years.